We are now joined in by Mr. Nalin Kohli, who's the in charge, the Prabhari of Nagaland for the Bharatiya Janata Party. Thank you very much, Mr. Kohli. My first question, you see, Nagaland was a foregone conclusion for many in terms of results. I mean, the results also echo or mirror what was being suggested by the exit poll. So, in that context, what do you think is the story behind this mandate? What does this indicate?
I think Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji's Act East policy and a positive agenda of Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas, Sabka Vishwas, Sabka Prayas is what has brought about this huge mandate in both Nagaland and Tripura. Of course, in Nagaland it's for the alliance of the NDTV BJP with Chief Minister Rio leading that alliance. But in Tripura it's going to be the BJP leading a wonderful effort there. Let's not forget, Sanket, that Prime Minister Modi his government has worked relentlessly for the Northeast. He himself has visited the Northeast 51 times in less than 9 years, 400 visits by his ministers to ensure that various developmental projects, infrastructure projects, schemes for beneficiaries, highways, airports, air connectivity, internet, railways, all of it expands. And people have recognized this positive agenda, seen the advantage of a double-engine government with Prime Minister Modi's government in the center, and here an NDTV-BJP government led by Chief Minister Rio, or a BJP-led government in Tripura. And they see that this is the time for enhancing peace and development in the Northeast.
In the Northeast, one sees that it is not just BJP alone, but BJP in an alliance in each of these states, whether it is Tripura, where of course you are the greater alliance partner, or Nagaland along with the NDTV, and now, as it is very clear with that phone call, in Meghalaya with NPP and the UDP. Do you think that the Northeast can help shed this tag that gets associated with the BJP, particularly in the opposition's criticism, that the BJP does not respect NDA allies and it in fact eats up its allies?
I don't know how you arrive at that conclusion, Sanket, that the BJP drives its allies away. Let's face the fact. Allies, the BJP has never left an ally. We have respected our alliance dharma. In fact, alliance partners have left us to go and get into government formation for the sake of power. And it's there for everyone to see. So I think the question really needs to be asked of the allies who left us to discard a positive agenda of development and growth and instead seek power with even unnatural alliances. I mean, we've seen certain alliance partners go and join hands with the Congress party just to ensure that they are in government. As far as the BJP is concerned, not a scheme, not a program of Prime Minister Modi's government in any way is exclusive, it's inclusive. These are programs that are inclusive. They don't differentiate between a Hindu, Muslim, Christian, Buddhist, Parsi, Jew. It makes sure that the programs are focused on the beneficiaries, and the beneficiaries who deserve it must get it.
Mr. Kohli, amid talk of index of opposition unity and players must get together, I want to ask you, what really do you think is the message in these polls for the opposition and also opposition unity?
Well, it's a clear message that a positive agenda of peace and development that the BJP is pursuing, an agenda of serving the people, gets you a political benefit in terms of votes. Votes come because people see the benefit of electing BJP governments. As far as the opposition parties are concerned, let's take the case of Tripura. Building unnatural alliances is not the answer. The Congress and the left are at each other's throats in Kerala, but they come together to just somehow try and stall or thwart the BJP. That's not a positive agenda. So anti-BJPism, anti-Narendra Modiism is not a solution. What you need is a positive agenda for people, and people respect that.
My next question, which I don't know whether you will like or not, but I have to ask anyway. The entire campaign in Meghalaya, the BJP criticized Conrad Sangma, his government, calling him corrupt, calling him wrong, he's doing everything wrong. And now, with the latest that we are hearing, you will form an alliance with the very same person, with the very same formation. How does this work?
So I've been Prabhari of Meghalaya from 2014 to 2018, which is the last assembly election. And Sanket, if you just study, backwards and see Meghalaya, you'll see that coalition governments have rather existed there for a long time. So that's one reality. The second is, in the last election, the BJP had increased its vote share from 1.5% to 9.7%. We won 2 seats and we came second in 6. So whatever is the result, I don't know the final seats, but certainly the BJP is building on that. And we had contested against the NPP also in the Lok Sabha. So I don't think political parties having a separate political identity, wishing to go to the voters separately, is really a big issue. Because that is, I think, an entitlement. The NPP has also contested against the BJP in several states, and then of course been in government with the BJP, say take in the case of Manipur, and particularly in the last government. So I think that is okay. Whether there is to be a coalition, whether we are to be in the Meghalaya government or not, that's a call only my party's senior leadership, the parliamentary board, is entitled to take a decision. But we should get to know eventually.
Okay, Nalin Kohli, thank you very much. But you attempt to explain these contradictions and how they continue to happen over and over again. Well, thank you very much for joining us with your perspective. I would like to introduce our guest. Kartikeya Batra is a political researcher. Jaideep Mazumdar, associate editor of the Swaraj magazine. Aarti Jairat is a senior journalist. Bobita Sharma, Congress spokesperson. Riju Datta, spokesperson of the All India Trinamool Congress. Thank you very much. Let's kickstart this decision first by the views of Kartikeya Batra, Aarti Jairat, as well as Jaideep Mazumdar. Kartikeya, you go first. In a nutshell, what do these election results mean?
Sanket, if you want to extrapolate these results onto the national scene, I would say that I won't read too much. But what they do show is that in states like Tripura and Nagaland, the BJP is not an unnatural party of power anymore. So they have established that, 2018 in Tripura, for example, was not a fluke, and that they have built their own sort of voter base in Tripura, for example. Nagaland, as you rightly said, that the election was going to be one-sided because of very peculiar reasons. The situation in Meghalaya is even more interesting, as you rightly said, that parties which were seemingly at each other's throats will now come together. And you're right when you say that the NPP and the UDP can form the government, but they won't. They just won't keep the BJP out because they want the BJP for various reasons. What has definitely become visible is the fact that the Northeast does look to Delhi when it comes to assembly elections. That's definitely something that has been proven once again. And the fact that between the two major parties, when one is out of power, their disintegration in the Northeast is something that, is visible now with how the Congress is doing. So, for example, in Meghalaya, the Congress is completely disintegrated, not because of the BJP, but because Trinamool Congress took away the Congress's leadership in the Garo areas, right? If you look at the map of the Trinamool and the Congress, the Trinamool has done well in the Garo areas, whereas the Congress has done well in the Khasi and the Jaintia areas. But the fact is that they're all Congress leaders who, before the party broke down in 2021. So the Congress's disintegration, the BJP sort of establishing itself in the Northeast, at least in Nagaland and Tripura, as a major player. I think those are the two big sort of takeaways for me. And the fact that Northeastern states look to Delhi when it comes to final government formation.
Let's just say they continue to look to Delhi. Because it's a sort of a status quo. I mean, this is not something new which has happened.
But one last, and the other thing, I think when the person you interviewed, the entry of female legislators into the Nagaland Assembly, I think is one of the best pieces of news today.
Absolutely. No, I'm shocked that it was the way it was up until this moment, which is absolutely.
It is a very peculiar patriarchal setup by Northeastern standards in Nagaland.
Absolutely, I agree.
So yes,
I agree. Aarti Jairat, your views.
Well, so again, if we're talking about the opposition and opposition unity, because obviously we're all looking at 2024 and wondering whether these polls, have any indicators for, 2024. I would say that the opposition has a long haul ahead of it. Yes, I know that, each state is different and, maybe it's dangerous to extrapolate But I mean, look at this, coming together of an unnatural alliance like the Congress and left in Tripura. I mean, the Congress gained, the left lost. So you see, I don't think that you can just put numbers together and come on a platform of anti-BJPism. It has to be much more than that. And therefore, I think, the opposition needs to take this into account. I won't put Meghalaya and Nagaland in the same basket because these are northeastern states. And, as I think Katika has pointed out, northeastern states tend to look to Delhi, have always traditionally looked to Delhi. So naturally, the BJP being in power and at the center becomes an important factor in these two states. But Tripura does not belong in this category. Tripura is different. So I think that the failure of the left Congress combine to, kind of dent the BJP in Tripura, despite the fact that the BJP's own tribal ally, completely fell apart. I think there is a message there for the opposition that you can't be just anti-Modi and anti-BJP and expect to put two and two and make
so
four.
According to you, the big message here is that blind anti-Modism cannot be a strategy for the opposition ahead of 2024 also.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
There has to be a better move than that.
Okay. Jaideep Mazumdar, your views.
The two takeaways for me from this election is one.
If you just allow me, Mr. Jaideep, there's some breaking news coming in at this moment that the BJP has now accepted the request of the NPP to join hands for a government formation in Meghalaya. So this is a 3-on-3 for the BJP and its allies from the northeast. Yes, Mr. Majumdar.
Yeah, it wasn't surprising. The results are not surprising at all. We all knew that, all of us who were on the ground knew that this would happen, that the BJP would form the government in Tripura, maybe by a slender majority, and it would be part of the governments in Meghalaya and Tripura. The two takeaways for me from here are that the Hindu tag that was cast on the BJP by the opposition parties, the BJP has been able to meet to sort of get over that, and it has found acceptability. It has increased its vote share in Nagaland and in the Christian majority states of Nagaland and Meghalaya. Number two, the media said a lot about the challenge that was going to be posed by the Trinamool in Meghalaya. We see that they have won just 5 seats, and to be sure, a year down the line, I can say that the Trinamool will cease to exist absolutely in Meghalaya, like it had ceased to exist in Manipur and other states, and where it had won seats. These are the main two takeaways from me. And the third one, in short, I'll say, is that the development agenda of the BJP has worked in Tripura. It has been able to beat anti-incumbency to a very, very large extent. Yes, it had changed its chief minister. And in Tripura, what is also very interesting is that the left's effort to form an alliance has been boomeranged on the left, on the CPM, while the CPIM the votes had got transferred to the Congress votes did not get transferred to the CPM, and the Congress has gained what the CPM's at the expense of the CPM in Tripura.
Okay. Riju Datta, I want to come to you now. This point that Jaideep Mazumdar made about the TMC. You see, you were exploring new territories. You played, political Dora the Explorer in the Northeast. The point over here is that there are two ways of looking at this. One, you can pat yourself on the back and call this a great start in Meghalaya 5, opening your account in a dramatic way. The other way of looking at this is that you're wiped off in Tripura, a state from where you had great expectations with a high Bengali population, did not work. And even in Meghalaya, you had dreams of government formation. And that did not happen. I clearly remember your manifesto, your campaign, and all the statements that were made, that you will form the government. None of this has happened.
All, it is very glad to see that now you have astrologers on your panel who are predicting what will happen 1 year down the line in politics, where 24 hours is a big thing now in national politics. But setting that aside, it is a mixed bag of emotions for us, where we are very hopeful and happy And with all humility, we want to thank the people of the beautiful hill state of Meghalaya for blessing us and showering us with their love. We have won 5 seats. We are committed to whatever promises that we have made to the people of Meghalaya, and we will work toward it and let the future unfold accordingly. Now, in Meghalaya, if a party with 3 seats is blowing the trumpet of saying that we have given our blessings to a party with more than 20 seats to form a government. So let's not go too much into the details of that. But I want to draw your attention to Tripura and
what's the allegation? Riju Datta, what's the allegation? That the BJP is going to remote control, Mr. Sangma.
Is it not obvious? A party, NPP, a local party, UDP, a local party, together they will have 36 seats, and with a party with 3 seats, they are saying, "Humko Ashirwad lena hai." Come on, we all know what is happening here. So let's move on. Let's go to Tripura. Yes, Tripura, I put my hand up and I am saying that yes, somewhere down the line, we as Trinamool Congress has somewhere failed to explain to the people of Tripura what we stand for, whether we are a credible alternative or not, and BJP has done substantially well there. No
Very
point
honest
in
of you,
accepting. No point in beating around the bush and blaming other parties. We have
admit failure and work on the
yes.
Agree.
But yes, it is also a very unholy alliance of Congress and CPM, which has led to Congress's downfall in Tripura and CPM's downfall. Why I say this? Because I will draw all of your attention to a particular bipole which has happened in Bengal, where Congress has won. Congratulations to Congress after 50 years. And how they have won, the president of the Congress in Bengal, Adhir Chaudhary, has said in front of the media that I thank BJP for supporting us in this election. Where Congress's 50,000 or more cadres have been slaughtered in Bengal in the 34 years of regime, of the left regime, they are now in a cahoots with the CPM and they are thanking the BJP.
So I do not know lots and lots to discuss as far as opposition unity is concerned.
One second, Sanket, let me just finish. I want to make a statement.
Very quickly, quickly, please.
Yes. And the statement is, the parties that has a give and take relationship with the BJP, who do not have an ideologically backbone, like the Congress and CPM, Trinamool Congress going forward into 2024 elections will fight the BJP alone in the state of Bengal, and in the other states, we will have nothing to do with the Congress or the CPM.
Oh, so this is very clear. As far as opposition unity is concerned, Bengal must remain untouched by any other member.
Nothing. We will not talk to any other party which has a give and take hide-and-seek relationship with the BJP, because we are ideologically different from the BJP.
There goes opposition unity. So that's the big problem. 9 years and counting. Ratna Singh, I want to come to you now. A lot has been said by Mr. Riju Datta about your association with the Northeast, particularly Meghalaya, where as a party with just 3 MLAs, you are being accused of dictating the terms. Is that the relationship BJP shares in the Northeast?
Namaskar to each one of you. I don't know what about the allegations he's talking about. We must believe in the ideology that we have to work for the development of the Northeast region and as a whole country. Because till now, all the past governments, what they have done for the Northeast region, lately Pradhan Mantri Modi in his rally, he has told that the Northeast had been used as an ATM, but we are taking it as Astu Lakshmi and PM Divine Gati Sakti. And you can see about it, in 2014. I'll just give you a small example. We had less than 7 airports and now we have more than 19 airports. There were less than 600 flights and now 1900 flights. A small thing which we called as HIRA, HIRA. The developmental aspect of Northeast for Northeast is given by Pradhan Mantri Modi. That is highway, internetways, railways, and waterways.
That we have heard the whole day. Missing. One moment. See, I'm trying to reduce the redundancy in the debate or the discussion. See, we have heard this the whole day. My whole point is how does this? If I were to use Hindi, ये रिश्ता क्या कहलाता है? What is this?
तो मैं भी हिंदी में बोलूँगी. सर मैं भी तब हिंदी में बोलूँगी.
3 MLAs. And on the driver's seat.
मैं भी हिंदी में बोलना चाहूंगी कि सर खिसियानी बिल्ली खंबा नोचे.
Okay.
So,
And I don't know how to translate that for our non-Hindi viewers.
किसी आदमी मिलनी जिनको पता है वो पता लग जाएगा, लेकिन मैं कहना चाहूंगी
I don't know how to translate this.
that right now BJP cannot dictate anyone anything. We are supporting the formation of the government because Conrad Sangma himself called Amit Shah ji and he has asked.
But by the way, the very same Amit Shah criticized Conrad Sangma in every rally.
But the government
You
has
are
to
up
move
in
on.
arms against him.
Democracy has to move on. What is there, sir? He's still a part of the NEDA. Definitely, ideologically, we may have some differences. His work and performance might be criticized. But when
So this is the allegation that Biju Datta is making. They're completely transactional relationship.
Sir, let the opposition be united. Let them show the unity.
Before the election, alliance debited.
And I think Conrad
After
Sangma
election,
himself had
alliance
gone and asked
credited.
for support, and we are supporting it for the formation of the government.
Transactional, ledger balance complete. LHS is equal to RHS.
That will be corrected. That will be corrected. But definitely, a government is formed for the peace and development of the Meghalaya region.
Okay, Bobita Sharma, spokesperson of the Congress party. One moment, I have to get in the Congress also. Sorry, Ms. Sharma, for keeping you waiting. I just want to understand from you, instead of commenting on other things, what exactly do you think has gone wrong with the Congress? Do you start by admitting that something is wrong? In Meghalaya, the Trinamool Congress gained not because they beat the NPP. They ate into your vote share. And I am assuming even in Tripura and other places where the Congress has not done well.
Well, in Tripura, we were a coalition and we had only contested in 13 seats. In Meghalaya, we did contest in 60 seats and we did expect a bit more, definitely, because we were in power at one point of time there. And we had done quite a lot for the state, right from the state formation in 1972 to everything that bringing the 6th schedule, bringing NEGREAMS, bringing National Design Institutes, and quite a lot. So in that case, we were expecting a lot and it was a little disappointing, no doubt. But then we had to start from scratch. We had no sitting MLAs. You must understand that. Except for NCP Salong Sangma, who joined prior to the elections. He was earlier with the Congress, but then he had joined NCP and he joined us.
But Ms. Sharma, where does this leave this whole conversation of opposition unity? I mean, I find Mr. Kharge's comments very interesting because last week at the Congress plenary, he was all for Congress leading an opposition alliance. Then yesterday at a meeting in Tamil Nadu, in front of alliance partners, he says, forget leadership issue. Leadership we'll decide later. Let's just all come together. So in that context, how do you look for a healthy relationship with, say, a Trinamool Congress, where Riju Datta has very clearly said, don't expect an alliance in Bengal. We will not join hands.
See, there is a tacit understanding between the Trinamool Congress and also the BJP whenever it suits them. So these things come into the fore whenever we see. You have seen why we have asked a question. Why did Mamata Banerjee and Himanta Biswa Sharma sit in Darjeeling with the then governor? Why did they not vote for the opposition candidate Yashwant Sinha ji during the weekly elections? So these things, you know.
So you're saying they are transactional too? TMC is transactional too?
These things raise suspicions. So you have to have a trust among alliance partners.
Okay, you know
one
what?
More thing I would like to point out. One more thing. Just give me some time as well. You have given a lot of time to others.
Yes, ma'am.
Regarding the NPP and the BJP government, you know, having an alliance in Meghalaya right now, Mr. Himanta Biswa Sharma has tweeted, we have raised the question that when you were campaigning in Meghalaya, the Prime Minister himself had said that the Centre has sent a lot of money to the state, but they have not spent it. Centre has sent a lot of things to the, but perhaps government has not done anything. Mr. Amit Shah, Honorable Home Minister, has said that we will form a special task force to investigate corruption in Meghalaya.
Yeah.
They were in government for the last 5 years.
Now, is this going to be...
They were in government for the last 5 years. They had a cabinet minister there in the last 5 years.
Will we now see
Why
a
didn't they do anything?
Meghalaya comment erasing washing machine, which will quickly erase and remove all these comments?
I want to directly ask the Honorable Prime Minister. He is the Prime Minister of not only the party, he is Prime Minister of the whole country.
Yeah.
Everybody looks up to him.
Okay.
Whatever he says, people believe him. He had said these things, that he's a corrupt
that he'll
government.
form a committee against the corrupt acts of the NPP government. Now what will happen?
How can he allow an alliance with NPP?
I'm going to see. This is such an interesting conversation. We'll do a very elaborate big fight tomorrow, being a Friday, on what this means for opposition unity, what it means for the BJP. Unfortunately, I've run out of time. Thank you very much for joining us. We'll revisit that breaking news one more time. Saurabh Gupta now joins us, where the BJP has now agreed to extend support to the NPP to form the next government in Meghalaya. Saurabh, do we have a confirmation on whether UDP is going to be a part of this formation? Because only then you cross the halfway mark.
I asked Mr. Sangma, Conrad Sangma, the same question exactly, saying that you were in alliance with the UDP and the BJP, and you went your separate ways before the election. Are you in touch with both of them? He said, yes, we are in touch with both of them. Now, after that comes, Assam Chief Minister's tweet saying that he has spoken to Mr. Amit Shah and sought his blessings to go ahead and, form the government. So, obviously, this is clear that what we will see is a repeat of what we call the MDA alliance, and it'll be this time stronger force, because the NPP has more seats, the UDP has more seats, and the BJP also has one more seat. So everyone's tally in that alliance has gone up, though BJP hasn't gone up as much as they would like. But if you see it, everyone has increased their tally, all these partners. So for now, Meghalaya seems to be headed for a repeat of what we saw earlier. And in true Meghalaya style, there wasn't a clear winner. Even the NPP fell short of the majority mark. But it seems done and dusted that an alliance government will take, will take office very soon.
Saurabh Gupta, many thanks for joining us. Saurabh Gupta there, joining us from Shillong, where he says that these complexities are now being worked out. But the point is that this is now happening. And this is the same formation which had existed. Then they broke away to contest an election. They made certain allegations against one another, including forming a committee to investigate acts of alleged corruption. And now I don't know whether that is going to happen, because it's the same formation coming all over again. So it's a 3-on-3 for the Bharatiya Janata Party and its alliance partners from the Northeast.